Hello everyone, Blue Mask here, and yes, that is a new intro. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get on with this video. We're starting in the middle of a desert. Walking around is a goddess and her followers. Coming from a desert city she just had saved, but not getting what she wanted. This goddess is Goddess Freya, and her captain, and some of the executive of her familia, Gulliver brothers, her captain Otter. I don't remember the other two elves. And Alan, the vice captain, is there. Walking through the desert back to Aurario. They were just walking through when a giant sand monster appeared in front of them. When they saw it, Freya was about to call out to, her captain or one of her familiar members to take care of it, when they saw a ship coming, riding on the sand. They're shocked that this could happen, but they didn't question it. Immediately, they hear voices. "Get ready with the harpoons!" They were confused about that. But at those seconds when they fired, hitting the monster to calm down. They heard the same female voice again. "Alright, put it down. Belle, you're with me." They see a girl or a woman with cat ears, or that's part of her hair. They didn't really know. But they saw her jumped off with a young man with white hair. Two of them having great swords. Giant swords they have on their backs. The monster trying to get out of the change, but immediately when it almost got out, the woman and what she said was named Belle cut it down. When they landed on the ground, they start speaking. "That was a great hunt. Belle, are you alright?" "Yes, I'm alright." "Are you, Master?" "I told you to call me Dia. And yes, I'm fine. Now, we gotta get back to the ship and get ready to go again." "Yes, it's a... there's somebody here, Master Dia." Never mind. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't see you there." The goddess Freya, looked at both of their souls, seeing, something special. Both of them had unique souls. One of them, the boy, she really liked that one. It's shining through like it's see-through. And the woman, it has a great soul as well, but it was reddish, burning like heated fire. Also, the boy had the same kind of thing, but it was still see-through. My, that was interesting. What are you two's names?" Both of them stood there and looked at her, immediately realizing well, her aura. Ah, you must be a goddess. Hmm. Well, my name is Dia. I am one of the executive of the Dendro Archon from Tevat. Well, vice captain. Not vice... Shit. Me fucking up. I'm one of the executive of the Dendro Archon. Nahida. And are part of our family. When Freya heard that the Dendro Archon, she saw, was completely surprised by that. In this world, Tevat, the country with 7 gods, is special. The 7 gods that live there rule over Tevat. Tevat is smaller than the rest of the world. Keep that in mind. But Tevat is also one of the most powerful places, having roots to every single country. But meeting a Dendro, the Dendro Archon, a goddess of wisdom, out here in the desert, far away from Tevat, kind of confused Freya. What do you mean she's here? She's supposed to be in Tevat. Am I not wrong? Ah, you're right by that, but we can let her explain. But first we gotta get your name. Ah, of course, I completely forgot. My name is Goddess Freya, one of the strongest families in Aurario. Both of them hearing that name and hearing that they were the strongest, yeah, they didn't see any problem with it. Except that they were kind of dangerous because there's a lot of level 6s and a level 7. Even... Nah, I'm not gonna spoil that. Ah, I see. Well, you can come on board. All of the executive and the vice captain, Otter and Alan, well, give me a second. Went over to, looked at the ship. They didn't see it that great. The ship had, the ship was huge. Let me just say that. Like a normal ship, but longer and more stronger material, as they can see. They saw that it was connected to 2 more shorter ship where people was actually on. Seeing that was rope bridges where you can walk on and go to the other side. They went towards, there were 2 boats, smaller boats, on the sides of the bigger part of the boat. The smaller boat still had things on it. It's not just things to stabilize. There's still balance in it. There's things and balance and everything. And they still have sails and everything else to push them forward. But they also have, special kind of things. When, Dia, one of the vice captains, and her, little student, Belle Cranell, grabbed their weapon and put it behind them to walk towards the ship, they, walked towards it. Dia yelled up to release, a bridge down. seeing they can just walk up. They took the small bridge and walked on it, getting up to one of the shoulder ship. Let's just clear something up first. Before the Freya executive and the guy that Freya comes on board, we have to make some rules here. This is our ship. You cannot control anyone here. Even though you might be stronger than them, you can't just say what they do. Only the people that is in the family can do that. Got it? Freya nodding. That makes sense. First of all, get rid of your weapons. We don't want any of you to kill any of us. Pointing at a sort of cabin where they can place their weapons. Freya was kind of concerned by this, but Dia spoke up. That is making sure you don't kill anybody. We know who you are, and still, we maybe have some strong like you. We want to be sure. We do this to everybody. You cannot be the exception. Freya agreeing on this rule as well. And first of all, third, be nice. That's it. Freya agreeing on this as well. They can't do anything here. Even though she thinks she had more stronger people. Because not a lot of people is level 6 and 7 outside of Aurario. It still makes sense. She ordered her familia her executive to, lose their weapon in that cabin. They walks into the door, seeing a person. She immediately says, "Alright, weapons. You can keep your armor on." They put down their weapons and everything, giving to the woman. Seeing that she can carry Otter's weapons. She was maybe 5'8", 5'6", and could carry Otter's weapons. She was not weak. She placed it in a place where they can't really get to them. They walked out to the deck, seeing that Belle and Dia and Belle is waiting near the rope to go to the bigger ship. Freya walks over to, Dia and Belle. May I asking why you people doesn't look at us weird? That's because we travel a lot of places. So we kind of pick up a lot of gods on the way to drop them off anywhere they want. So that's mostly why. I see. So this has become a normal thing. So, wanna visit Nahida? Wanna visit our goddess? Dia said to Freya. Freya nodded and they start walking to their bigger ship. Part of it. Walking up to, and they see the rest of the ship. Lining with boxes and 20, maybe 10 for 20 people rocking around. They see they were hard at work. Moving boxes, getting ready to move again after some minutes. Be thankful. You're lucky that we actually picked you up. A desert storm is about to come and hit us in an hour or two. How can you see that. She point. Damn it. Dia points at the sky, seeing that the clouds are beginning to build up. Sometimes deserts are super clear, but when clouds are coming, wind is about to come. Even though clouds doesn't rain in the desert, sometimes it do. Clouds can signifying that wind is coming this way. Ah, I see. They were walking towards, one of the end, towards a cabinet where there's one big one. Then you can imagine there were a room on normal ships, on old kind of ships, but I can't find a picture. I'm sorry, I have to describe this. I'm really bad. They see a bottom stair room where stairs leads up to two more. They walked up to the second floor and walked towards that door, leading to a window and a door. Damn it! Sorry, I forgot a lot of names. Dia walks over and knocks on the door, opening it and walking in. Freya was about to walk in when Belle stopped her. No, that you're not allowed in there. That's to get confirmation about something. Otter was about to do something before Freya stopped her. Alright, makes sense. Please, stand over there. Bells stands beside the right side of the door, leaning on the wall. The Freya family is also on the right side, but near the stairs. It took 5 minutes for Dia to come back, opening the door and motioning Freya to come near the door. Alright, our goddess can see you now, but I'm only allowing him, pointing at Otter, to come with. We don't want the rest of your people. The Freya family was about to speak up when Freya calmed them down. Alright, makes sense. She turned around to her family and just spoke. Stay out here. Be nice. That's an order. All of them said, yes, Goddess Freya. Freya walks into the room. Otter had to bend down because the door was not his height. Otter is big. He bent down and walked in, seeing there was, two other people in there. A woman with two color eyes hair and blue hair with a sort of moon behind her. Having, Egyptian kind of clothes on her. There is also another man in here being, more dressed, but also had some weird things on him, like something blocking out his ears and a circle thing running from one of his shoulders. This being Candace and Alhaitham. Dia, is this the god? Yes, Alhaitham, this is Goddess Freya. Ah, nice to meet you. I am Alhaitham. I am one of the executive. Ah, nice to meet you as well. And I am Candace. I am the vice captain of this family. Nice to meet you as well. May I ask who's your captain? Oh, he's with our goddess right now. Just give a minute and he will walk through that door. Pointing at, well, the door behind her. Having more metal kind of things. They waited for a few minutes before the door opened, seeing another white-haired boy with orange or red eyes. I don't know really. I think, or green eyes, maybe red, walking through. They see that he has a lot of, well, you can already guess who it is. This is Sino. Shit, give me a minute. I was correct. It was Sino. That's his name. The captain of the goddess of wisdom. The captain of the goddess of wisdom. Not wisdom. Wisdom. The goddess wisdom. The goddess of wisdom, Nahida. Her captain is Sino. Ah, you must be Goddess Freya. My goddess is in her meditation area. Please come and visit her. Your captain can come as well, but he have to be polite. Goddess Freya agreeing with this. She followed Sino through, well, the last part of the room. Seeing that this, part of the back of the room had higher ceiling, meaning that the third room on top of the ship is actually a roof. Well, a bigger room than the others, where Goddess Nahida, goddess of wisdom, and the Dendro Archon is at. Walking in, seeing Nahida in her meditation right now. In a sort of plant-like bubble. Sino walks closer to, his goddess and speaking. Goddess, the goddess Freya is here as you requested. She opens her eyes and locks eyes with Freya. Yes. Thank you, Sino. The bubble, cuts off and Nahida falls down and Sino grabs her hand as respect for her, putting Nahida down on the ground. She walks over and to Freya and start talking. It's very nice to see you again, Freya. Nahida, it's been such a long time since we saw each other. How have you been? I have been great, even though I was kind of forced to leave my land. May I ask about that? My people together decided to agree that they didn't need me anymore. So, I chose the people I wanted and left. My captain, Sino, my vice captain, give me a minute. Right, it's Candace. I had to restart the scene, I forgot. When I left Sumeru, I took my captain, Sino, and my vice captain. My vice captain. Shit! You gotta be kidding me! Candace. There it is, Candace. I took my vice captain, Candace, with me. Along the way, we met, well, the rest of my family. You probably met Dia and Al-Haytham. Am I right? And, well, Belle. Freya looked at, well, at Nahida. Yes, we saw them. Ah, yes. Al-Haytham is also from Sumeru. A lot of my, well, family members is. He was a scholar before he left, joining me 2 months after I left Sumeru, finding me in the desert, where I mostly, not here, but in my homeland. Yes, I understand. I picked them up each time I went along, requiring my ship. I can travel across water and sand, making it easier for me to travel. May I ask where you got that red-haired, well, the white-haired boy with the great sword you have outside? Belle? Oh, an old friend said to take him in. Interesting. I see you have taken an eye on one of my children. Freya? Oh, right, you are the god of wisdom. I have known everything in the world, so I know your behavior, Freya. Other looking at Nahida, seeing, well, the danger in that. But Sino immediately grabbed his spear, Utter seeing this. Utter, please, don't do anything, Freya said, well, to Utter. We don't want to hurt their captain. Don't worry, Sino will be alright. He's also level 7. Freya immediately looked at Nahida, thinking, not taking. Fuck. She immediately looked at Nahida like, what the fuck? That's impossible. Nahida just giggling herself. Freya, I'm from Teyvat. Sinos is also. He was level 5 when we left. It's been 6 years since then. He's the middle of level 7. And, well, Candace and the rest of my executive, except one, is also level 5. Well, level 6. Candace is also almost at level 7. Freya hearing this is shocked. There's a level 7 outside of Orario? Utter hearing this was surprised, looking at Sino. Wait. A lot of your people is level 6? Well, a lot of my family member is level 3 up to level 7. For example, well, Dia as she saw, is level 6, with her student Belle level 5. We also have, well, Al-Haytham, a level 6, well, mid-level 6. A lot of my executives are mid-level 6, except Candace, almost at level 7. Freya was shocked by this, but came out of it. They start talking away for a couple of hours. When they were done talking, Nahida informed, Freya, I will leave Belle to show you to a, guest room you can stay at. I'm sorry if it's not at your, I'm sorry if it's not as great as you wanted, but we don't have a lot on this ship. I understand, don't worry, Nahida. Freya and Otter walks, with Sino to the door, leaving, Nahida and Sino walking beside them, walking out to, this time, Al-Haytham is not there, but Dia, Candace, and another, animal person is standing in the room. Ah, goddess, great to see you. Spoke, the animal kind of person. Ah, Tegnori. Ah, Tegnori. Great to see you. This is Tegnori, one of my, executive. He's level 5. Almost at level 6 now. He's our doctor on the ship. Pleasure to meet you, Goddess Freya. I'm Tegnori. Freya looking at Tegnori, seeing that he also had a soul. When she looks around, a lot of the people in the room has special souls. Tegnori had a greenish kind of soul due to his animal vision. Sino had a purple kind of soul for his electro vision. Dia and Dia had, like I said, it's reddish kind of soul. But because Belle also has a vision, by the way, Belle has a vision in this one, because he still has that see-through soul, like in the original anime, but it's set on fire. And Candace has a darker blue soul. Not in a pure soul, but the soul is interesting. A lot of people into that has vision has these souls with different color to their element, or if they have a different color to their soul, they have their specific kind of suggestion what kind of vision they have. Make sense? Okay, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. Shit. Fucking. Nahida says to, Dia, please go out and take Belle. Get him in here, please, for me. Yes, goddess. She walks out to call in Belle. That's right now just helping out with the ship. After 5 minutes, Belle walks in. Yes, what do you need me for, goddess? I need you to show Goddess Freya to one of the rooms for the goddess and her family members to rooms. 2 special rooms. Ah, yes, understood. Please, follow me. Belle walks out. Behind him is Freya and Otter. When Freya walks out, she sees her, rest of her family members still in the same spot. It's been a couple of hours and the sandstorm is kind of picking up. We must hurry before, the sandstorms get worse. Belle immediately, walks down to a door on the bottom. Freya, waves her family members to follow her as she walks behind Belle. Belle walks down to the lowest of the lowest of the rooms. Going in, when the Freya family follows, they see, boxes and a stairwell. Please follow me. The room is down here for the goddess. There's also some rooms that you can have, but there can only be 2 people in one room. Freya nodded and they followed Belle. Belle walks over to a door that has a little more decorative than doors laying longer down has. This is here you're gonna stay, Goddess Freya. Belle opens the room to show Goddess Freya, the room. It has some places where she can put her stuff. It's a big room with a nice bed. She walks in to see the room. This is a nice room. Thank you. It's an honor to hear a god always compliment these rooms. It must. Belle turns around to the other members. Please follow me. I will show you to your rooms. Belle walks down the corridor and shows some rooms. He opens the door and 2 Gulliver brothers walks in. The other 2 walks in, and then the 2 elves, I don't remember their names. When Belle shows to another room where there's actually things that elves like, because they have kind of decorative things, the elves took that room. He took Otter and Alan to another room that just looks things. 2 animal people. Please, stay here before we will come with some food you can eat. Is that understood? Otter and Alan looked at, Belle and nodded. Belle informed the other as well, walking over to Goddess Freya's room and knocking because it took 10 minutes to get to the appropriate rooms for each race. Freya walks over and opens the door, seeing Belle. Can I help you? Yes, I'm here to inform that food will come in a few hours. 2 hours. It always happens at this point. So please don't leave your room. We still doesn't really trust your family. Understood. Belle is walking away and walks to the stairwell. Freya is kind of confused. Freya actually used her divine, her thing to tried to seduce Belle, but it didn't work, making Freya, confused. It should have worked, shouldn't it? I tried it. Freya get a whole lot of confused. We skip to another point. Belle was walking up the stairs when he was just thinking. Did she really try to use her divine power to seduce me? That happens a lot. But luckily I have my vision. Now, let me explain the functions in this universe about visions and the goddess of Tibet. Now, when you're one of the 7 gods from Tibet, you can give like a normal blessing or a normal kind of things from danmachi, like strength, abilities, and the blessing the goddess gave, updates and everything, like the normal kind of spiel in danmachi. But in this case, the goddess offers a vision they get from, I know the goddess and the gods of Tibet and in Genshin Impact doesn't actually give their visions, but here they can choose what visions appear. Well, they don't actually choose, but they goes into their family. The goddess can find a person that had a vision and take them into their family. The vision can block out any of the goddess, divine being. So if Goddess Freya, like I said, tried to seduce Belle, it wouldn't work because he has a vision. Because other beings in the world doesn't have vision, Freya can seduce them, but those with visions, she cannot. And curses and anything else Goddess can do cannot affect those peoples with visions. It's only their goddess or the other, I am sorry. The other 7 gods of Tibet can do, or the 7 Archons can only seduce and anything with people with visions. They cannot do it as strong without visions, but you understand. So, that I have explained. Alright, let's continue the story. Belle was walking out of the door to the deck of the ship. The sandstorm had picked up. Belle, putting on a mask, glasses, and a hood to go to his god to inform that he did his duty, keeping it a secret that Freya tried to seduce him. He walks up the stairs and into the room, seeing the other, executive. This being Alhaitham, Dia, Tegnari. Alright, I got it. Belle walks in to see the rest of, the executives and, the captain and vice captain. Sino, Candice, Dia, his, master, Alhaitham, and his student, Layla, and Tegnari, and Kole, and, the last executive that's became level 6 a few months ago. It's Dory. Yes, Dory is with the family. Now, let me explain what the roles in the family they have. Of course, Sino is the captain, and Candice is the vice captain. Dia is, the executive of, she kind of runs the weapons and battle strategy. She's good with that. help with sign-on and everything. Al-Haytham is the executive of, well, getting information with his assistants, Layla, that joined him, well, a few years ago now. Tignari and his student, Kole, is, well, Tignari is, well, if I said it, the doctor on the crew, and Kole is the helper. And Dory doesn't have a helper. He runs everything with business. Selling things, getting things, everything. Bell walks, well, to his, well, master's, well, Dory's, well, behind her when she was sitting on the seat. This always happens. The trainees of the executive always stands behind them. And Sino and Candace is sitting next to Nahida. Great you all are here. As you may heard, we have a goddess from Orario here. Goddess Freya, one of the strongest family right now in Orario. Nahida informed the rest of, well, the executives. All of them nodded, hearing that new people has arrived from Orario that had to go back. Now, Belle. Nahida looks at, well, one of her children. How did they settle down? They settled down fine. No, well, complaints or anything. Is there something on your mind? No, there's not. Belle, you can't lie. Sorry. Goddess Freya tried to seduce me, but it didn't work. I knew it. We will just let that be. That can happen. All of them, well, the executives just shake their head. This happens a lot when they run into a goddess of beauty. Belle doesn't get this a lot, but Al-Haytham, Sino, and Tignari gets that look a lot. Never affected them. So they doesn't really care anymore. It happens a lot, so... Anyways, how is... Tignari, how is some of the people we have wounded? They are recovering fine. Nothing wrong, nothing else. They'll be out in a few days. Don't worry. Great. Dia? The weapons are fine. The people are ready to fight. That monster we took down and got the stuff from had some drop items. We can sell them in Orario when we arrive. Great. And Dory? Money is fine. The money is fine. Don't worry, goddess. Good. I'll lay from the usual. Yes, the usual as well. I see. Well, I hope we arrive to Orario to settle down, because we can't travel a lot anymore. All of them nodded. Their plan before they actually found Freya and her executive and her captain and the vice captain was actually go to Orario and settle down. Because in this one, well, flashback. Let's do a little bit of flashback before, well, a few years ago. Nahida and, well, her family being some of the people that was there. Minus, well, the executives, students, and a few family members. They still have their ship, but yeah. They was traveling through the forest because they were near a dock. Well, near a place they took on land. Dia was walking through the forest, checking where they can get some food, plants, and everything else, when she spots near a big river a white-haired boy laying on the ground, with a greatsword beside him. She immediately rushes over and looks at him, checking if he's alright and anything, picking him up and running back. Dia arrived at the ship, running up to get some medic, leaving the boys, well, throwing the boy sword at a person, saying to leave it in the armor room. She rushed into Technari's clinic. Technari, I found this boy. Please check is he alright. Technari immediately rushing over to check if the boy was alright, finding that he has been knocked out, but he will survive. He will be fine. He was been in the water for a few hours, washing up on shore. Where did you find him? At a river. He had this great sword, but it also seen he has some things here. Getting a small backpack from she took up before laying him on the bed. Seeing what it's in there. Finding the things was actually dry. Finding out the bag was waterproof. Kind of shocked by this, but looking at the things. Finding a letter from Dia, seeing the name, looked surprised. What's wrong, Dia? Tignari stood up and walked over, looking at the letter's name as well, seeing it as surprised as well. I will give this to Goddess Nahida. Do it. I will be here to check on the boy. Yes. Dia walks out of the clinic and into, the executive's office, seeing that Al-Haytham is there, alone. Oh, Dia. What's wrong? Al-Haytham looks at Dia, seeing that she's shocked, surprised, and maybe nervous. I found this boy at a river, and she handed him the letter. This letter was in his backpack. It was waterproof. Al-Haytham took the letter and see what the writing was about. Seeing it, being shocked as well. You have to see the goddess. You have to see Lesser Lord Rukatarada. No, Greater Lord. No, Lesser Lord. You have to go to see Lesser Lord Kushnali. Yes. She walks over to the door and knocks on it. Waiting a few seconds, getting permission from Candace to walk in. She walks in, seeing, Sino, Candace, and Nahida talking. Yes, what is it, Dia? All of them looked at Dia. Her usual smile was not there, but shock, anything that's not, on her face. What is it? I found this boy at a river, hurt and damaged. Oh, fuck. He's fine, but I found this letter. Handing the letter to Nahida. Candace and Sino looked at what that was on it. Surprised at the logo and the name that's on it. Nahida seeing it, looking surprised. The name of the letter was from Zeus. This is where I'm gonna leave this off. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good morning, goodbye. For a while, see you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.